Hello everyone, this is the solution of your homework. We'll start from practice exercise 4.1. The question wants you to do 1AB. So we have to find the gradient of AB. As we can see, we have A negative 4,4 and then B 2,5. Okay, we'll label this as x1 and y1. This one is x2 and y2. And the formula for the gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the gradient will be 5 minus 4 over 2 minus 4. So the final answer is 1 over 6. And then question 2C is still the same. We will label this one as x1 and y1. This one is x2 and y2. The formula for the gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So negative 5 minus 3 over 2 minus 2 equals to negative 8 over 0. And this one is undefined. What is the meaning of undefined? Undefined means the line is a vertical line. Yeah, so as you can see, the value of the x is the same. That means 2 comma negative 5 is right here and 2 comma 3 is right there. As you can see, the line is a vertical line. That means the gradient will be undefined. Next is question 3. For question 3, the question wants you to find the gradient of the sides of the triangle. So we have to find the gradient for all of them. First, let's find the gradient of AB. Gradient of AB equals to x1, y1, x2, y2. Yeah. So the formula is y2 minus y1 over x2. x2 is negative 5 minus x1. And the result is 6 over 9 divided by 3, 2 over 3. Okay, so this is the gradient of AB. Next is the gradient of AC. It's the same. AC. Wait. So let's change this into this one. So y2 negative 3 minus negative 3. And then x2 minus x1. For this one, the result is 0. That means the line will be a horizontal line. And then the gradient of BC, the same. Let's call this as x2 and y2. Okay, so for this one, 3 minus 3 over 4 minus 4 equals to 0. That's 0. And divide. That means this one will be a vertical line. Yeah. So because the two sides of the triangle is horizontal and vertical lines, that means the triangle is a right triangle. Yeah. Let's draw a little bit. So negative 5 comma negative 3 is right here. Maybe like that. And then 4 comma 3 will be right here. 4 comma 3. And then 4 comma negative 3 will be right here. 4 comma negative 3. Nah, as you can see, the triangle is a right triangle. That means to find the area, we can use half times base times height. And this one is the base, this one is the height. The base will be starting from negative 5 until 4. There is 9 steps times, and this one from negative 3 until 3 will have 6 steps. So the final answer is 27 square units. Square units. There you go. So the area is 27. Next is question 5. For question 5, the gradient is already given. That means we only have to input it into the formula. Yeah, so the y2 equals to k, y1 equals to negative k over x2 is to x1 is to k. Okay, let's simplify this one first. You have 2k for this one over 2 minus 2k. Then do the cross multiplication. You'll have negative 6. Negative 3 times negative 2 is plus 6k. This one is 4k. Then you move the 6k to the right hand side. You'll have 4 minus 6 equals to negative 2. K equals 2. Move the negative 2. You will have negative 6 divided by negative 2 equals to 3. So k equals to 3. And then question 6. For question 6, the gradient also given. So m equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's label this as x1 and y1. This one is x2 and y2. The gradient is k, so we input it as k. y2 is 2, y1 is k, over x2 is k, x1 is 0. Then we cross multiply this one, so you have k square equals to 2 minus k. Then you move this, you have k square plus k minus 2 equals to 0. Of course, we have to factorize this to find the value of k. So this one is k, 2 and 1 to become plus k. It has to be plus 2 and negative 1. So for this one, k equals to negative 2, k equals to 1. So there is two possibilities for the value of k. Okay, next is question 7. For question 7, the question gives you 2 points, P and R. And the question wants you to find the gradient. So y2 equals to 6, y1 equals to negative 4, over x2 is 5, x1 is negative 3. So the final answer is 10 over 8. And we have to simplify this, of course. Divide by 2, you have 5 over 4 for the gradient. And then for the B, we have another point, which is Q, lies on the same line. Lies on the same line means it will be like this. So this one is P, this one is maybe Q, and then this one is R. And as you can see, the steepness of the line will be the same. That means the gradient will be also the same. Let's choose 2 points first. I will choose R because it's positive numbers. It will be easier to calculate. And then we have Q, 1, K. Let's label this as x1, y1. This one is x2 and y2. And as I told you before, the gradient is the same. So the formula will be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Yeah. So the gradient is y2 k minus y1 is 6 over x2 is 1 minus x1 is 5, and then we input the gradient. The gradient is 5 over 4 equals to k minus 6 over negative 4, and then we can divide this by 4. You'll have negative 1 right here, and then cross multiply. You'll have negative 5 equals to k minus 6. Move the 6, you'll have negative 5 plus 6 equals to 1 equals to k. So k equals to 1. And then we will go to the practice exercise 4.2. The question wants you to find the equation of the line. The gradient is already given. The c, the y-intercept is already given. So we'll use this formula, y equals to mx plus c. So y equals to negative 3 for the m, and then x, and then the c is negative 5. So the final answer is y equals to negative 3x minus 5. Next is question 2. For question 2, we have gradient and also a point. I will label this as x1 and y1. We'll use the formula of y minus y1 equals to m open brackets x minus x1. You can use y equals to mx plus c also. So y minus y1 equals to m is negative 2, x minus x1 is 3. Negative 2 and 3. Okay, then let's simplify this. You'll have y plus 5 equals to multiply this. you'll have this one, y equals 2, and then move the 5. 6 minus 5 equals to 1. So the equation of the line is y equals to negative 2x plus 1. And then question 3, the question wants you to find the equation of the line, but there is 2 points given, yeah. Because we don't have the gradient, we have to find the gradient first. First is negative 6, and then minus y1 also negative 6 over x2 is 8, x1 is negative 5. Oh, for this one is 0, because it is 0, that means we don't have to use this formula. You can use the formula also, and you'll have the equation of the line, but because the gradient equals to 0, that means the line will be a horizontal line, and the equation of the horizontal line is y equals to b, right? That means the equation of the line for this one is y equals to b, which is negative 6. The b is negative 6. And then next is question 4. Express it in the gradient intercept form. What is gradient intercept form? It is this one, y equals to mx plus c. So we have to rearrange this into that form. First, I will move the 2x and negative 3. We will have negative 2x plus 3. And that's it. We already have it. Y equals to mx plus c. And then I find the gradient and the y-intercept. As you can see, this one is the gradient. So the gradient equals to negative 2. And the constant will be the c. So c equals to 3. There you go. Still in question 4. Now we'll do for b. We have x over 5 plus y over 3 equals to 1. We can multiply them all by 15. The LCM of 5 and 3, to eliminate the 5 and 3. So 15 divided by 5 equals to 3. 3 times x equals to 3x. 15 divided by 3 equals to 5. 5 times y equals to 5y. 1 times 15 equals to 15. There you go. And then we have to move the 3x. You have negative 3x plus 15. And then you divide them all by 5. You'll have negative 3x over 5 plus 3. This one is divided by 5. And that's it. This is y equals to mx plus c. And then the second question wants you to find the gradient. This is the gradient, this is the c. So the gradient is negative 3 over 5. The c equals to 3. That's it. And then we'll go to the question 5. The question wants you to do L3. L3 means this one. Okay. We have to choose 2 points first. I will choose this one and this one also. So we have 2 points, which is negative 2, 1 and also 0, negative 2. I will call this x1, y1. This one is x2, y2. Let's find the gradient first. Gradient is negative 2, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the answer is negative 3 divided by 2. Negative 3 over 2. And then we use the formula of y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. Y minus y1 is 1 equals to m is negative 3 over 2. X minus x1 is negative 2. Okay, let's simplify this. Y minus 1 equals to negative 3 over 2, open brackets, x plus 2. And then we'll input the negative 3 over 2 right there. Negative 3 over 2x minus 3. And then move the plus negative 1 to the right hand side. You will have negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. So this is the equation of the line L3. Okay, next is question 6. For question 6, we have to find the equation of the line L. It passes through point A and B. First, we have to find the gradient. Gradient equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. so the value is negative 3. And then we'll use this formula, y minus y1 equals to negative 3 times x minus x1. So y equals to negative 3x plus 6. That's it. This is the line. And then question B, it says the line intersect with another line, which is y equals to negative 3. So this line intersect with y equals to negative 3. Intersect means you have to find the point of intersection. To find the point of intersection, you have to substitute both of them, yeah, one to the other. So let's input this negative 3 because the question says y equals to negative 3. We can change this y into negative 3. Negative 3 equals to negative 3x plus 6. That means you have to move it right there. Negative 9 equals to negative 3. Negative 9 divided by negative 3 equals to 3. So the point is 3, negative 3. This is the point of intersection. Next, the equation for the C passes through B. The line passes through B, which is B 0, 6. 0, 6 is the y-intercept, yeah, because it's y-intercept. That means we can tell that the C equals to 6. Later we only have to find the gradient. Having the gradient, the same gradient as OC. Okay, we have to find the gradient of OC first. OC is 0, 0. C is the answer of question B. This one is x1, y1, x2, y2. Find the gradient first. Gradient equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The answer is negative 1. And then because we already have the C, which is the y-intercept, we only have to use this formula. Y equals to negative 1x plus 6. There you go. And then question 7, the gradient is already given and also the equation of the line, but the equation of the line is not y equals to yet. We have to make it into y equals to first. So move the 6x and negative 9 and then divide them all by k. So you'll have y equals to negative 6 over kx plus 9 over k. And as you can see, this one is the gradient and the value of the gradient is negative 3 over 4, the question said. And then we only have to cross multiply like that. So we'll have negative 3k equals to negative 24, k equals to 8. So this is the value of k. And then next is B. Find the y-intercept of the line. Okay, so we have 6x plus ky minus 9 equals to 0. Because we already have the k, we can replace the k with 8. And then y-intercept means x equals to 0. So we only have to replace the x into 0. So 6 times 0 and then plus 8y minus 9 equals to 0. 8y equals to 9, y equals to 9 over 8. So the point of intersection is 0, 9 over 8. Next is question 11. For this one, we have to make this equation into y equals 2. So we'll move the negative y to the right hand side. We'll have y equals to 2x plus 3. As you can see, this is the gradient of the L1. So this is the final answer for the first questions, which is 2. And then for the B, we have another line which is L2. L2 is y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. The question says it passes through negative 1, 6. That means this one is the x1 and y1. We only have to input it right there. And then the gradient is the same with the L1, which is 2x minus x1 is negative 1. So y minus 6 equals to 2x plus 1 times 2 equals to 2. So y equals to 2x plus 2 plus 6 equals to 8. So this is the equation of the line. Okay, next is question 13. For question 13, we have to find the equation of the line BC. So this one is x1, y1, x2, and y2. First, we have to find the gradient. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So 6 over 8 divided by 2, 3 over 4. Okay, so this is the gradient. And then we have to find the equation of the line. Y minus y1. Y1 is negative 5 equals to m is 3 over 4. X minus x1. X1 is negative 6. So y plus 5 equals to 3 over 4 x plus 6. Okay. And then we have to input it right there. So 3 over 4x plus this one is divided by 2 is 3, 9 over 2. And then you move the 5, you have y equals to 3 over 4x plus 19 over 2. Okay, this is the first answer. Oh, my bad guys, I did a mistake right here. So 9 over 2 minus 10 over 2 should be negative 1 over 2. And then next is question B. For question B, the question says the gradient of AD is the same with the gradient of BC. That means the gradient for this one also 3 over 4. And then the question wants you to find the equation. That means y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. Y minus y1 is 3. The gradient is 3 over 4. X minus x1 is negative 4. That means y minus 3 equals to 3 over 4 times x plus 4. And then y minus 3 equals to, multiply this one, you'll have plus 3. And then 3 plus 3 equals to 6. So this is the answer for question B. And then for question C, the question says the line AD cut the y-axis at D. So y-intercept ya. Y-intercept means x equals to 0. And then you input this x into the line AD. So y equals to 3 over 4 times 0. And then plus 6. That means y equals to 6. Or you can also say that the C equals to 6 because this is the gradient y-intercept form. Yeah. So y equals to 6. That means the point of D is 0, 6. 0, 6 is the point D. And then what is the relationship between AD and BC? Because the gradient of BC, let's say this one is gradient of BC, and let's say this one is the gradient of AD. Because the gradient is the same, that means the steepness also the same. That also means the line are parallel. So the relationship is parallels. Next is practice exercise 4.3. Find the length of the segment. So this one is x1, y1, x2, and y2. Use the formula. The length of the line segment is x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Just input the value and then you'll have the length. First is x2 is 4 minus 4. Oh, this one is vertical line, so it should be easy. Without using the formula, you can find the length also. So this one is 8. Okay, next is question 4. The vertices of triangle ABC are A, B, and C. Show that the triangle is an isosceles triangle. Isosceles means it has one pair of same sides. That means we have to prove that the length is the same. There is only one pairs of same length. So for AB, the length will be x2 minus x1, 1 minus 1 square plus y2 minus y1 square, and the answer is square root of 2 square is 4, this one is 10 square is 100, so final answer square root of 104. We don't have to simplify that one because we only want to compare, so just leave it like that. Second one, x2 minus x1, negative 5 minus 1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So for this one you have negative 4 square is 16, this one is 6 square is 36, so final answer is square root of 52. For this one, y2 minus y1, negative 5 minus 1 square plus 4 minus 8 square. So this one is 36, this one is 16, and the answer is square root of 52. As you can see, we only have one pairs of the same length of sides. That means the triangle is isosceles. Next is question 5. For question 5, the distance is given, which is 5. So 5 equals to square root of x2. I will take k as the x2. 1 as the x2. 1 minus x1 is negative 3. Plus y2 is k. y1 is 2. Okay, let's simplify this. First, I want to move the square root into the other sides, so it will become square. And then this one is 4 square equals to 16, plus this one just leave it like that, and then this one is 25. Move the 16, it will be minus 16 equals to 9 equals to k minus 2 square. And then move the square will become square root 9, don't forget the plus minus, k minus 2, and then we split them up like this. So the first one is positive 3 equals to k minus 2, the second one is negative 3 equals to k minus 2. So k equals to 5, this one is k equals to negative 1. So k equals to 5 and k equals to negative 1. This is the possible value of k. Next is question 7. For question 7, first we have to read this one. The point C lies on the x-axis. That means we do have one values of the point of the C. On the x-axis means y equals to 0, so y equals to 0, but we don't know the x yet. Let's say it's k. So C is k, 0. And the question says the length of AC must be equal to BC. Okay, so AC is 3,4 and k, 0. BC is negative 3,2 and k, 0. Let's say this one is x1, y1, this one is x2, y2, this one is x1, y1, this one is x2, y2. The formula is square root of x2 minus x1, k minus 3 square plus y2 minus y1 square. For this one, x2 is k minus x1 is negative 3, y2 minus y1 square. Okay, because the square root is the same, we can cross it out like that. And then I think we have to expand this one because we have another one at the right hand side. It means we have to expand this. So k squared minus 6k plus 9 plus, and this one is 4 squared equals to 16 equals to, this one is k plus 3 square will be like this. So k square plus 6k plus 9 plus this one is negative 2 square equals to 4. And then we can cross out the k square because k square is the same, 9 also the same. I will move this k to the right hand side. You'll have 6 plus 6 equals to 12k, and then move this 4, it will become 12. So k equals to 12 divided by 12 equals to 1. That means the coordinate of the c is 1, 0. Next is question 11. For question 11, b lies on the x-axis. That means the y equals to 0. So we don't know the x yet. Let's label it as k. The gradient is negative 2. The formula of gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Gradient of AB, yeah. So the a is 1, negative 8. Let's say this one is x1, this one is y1, this one is x2, and this one is y2. So the gradient is already given, which is negative 2. Let's input the y2 minus y1 is negative 8 over x2 is k minus x1 is 1. I will cross multiply this, so I will have negative 2k plus 2 equals to 8. So negative 2k equals to 8 minus 2 equals to 6. So k equals to negative 3. So this is the value of k. That means the coordinate of the b is negative 3, 0. And then I have to find the length of AB. Use this formula. x2 minus x1. x2 is negative 3 minus x1 is 1 plus y2 is 0 minus y1 is negative 8. So square root of 4 square is 16. This one is 64. So square root of 80. This is the length of AB. And then C is another point on x-axis such that AC equals to AB. Find the coordinate of C. Okay, this question is the same with the previous question, which is question 10, if I'm not mistaken. But for this one, I want to answer it using another approach. Yes, so let's draw it a little bit. This is the x-axis. You can use this method because we have 2 points on the x-axis here. That means it will be symmetrical. Like the b is negative 3, 0. Let's say the b is right here, negative 3, 0. And then the a is 1, negative 8. The a is right here, 1, negative 8. It's below the x-axis. And then we have another one, which is C. And the question says C is another point on the x-axis. That means the C can be right here, or right there, or right there. We don't know yet. But the length of AB and AC have to be the same. So this one and this one have to be the same. That means because it has to be symmetrical, we can use this approach. Like from negative 3 to 1, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 steps to the right. That means to find the coordinate of the C, it will be the same 4 steps to the right. So the point C will be 1 plus 4 equals to 5, 0. There you go. This is the value of C using another approach. You can use the formula of the length of two points also, or the distance between 2 points, and then you will get the C. And then question D, the question wants you to find the gradient of AC. The A is 1, negative 8, and the C is 5, 0. Let's say this one is x1, y1, this one is x2, y2. To find the gradient, you only have to input it into the formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 8 divided by 4 equals to 2. So this is the gradient. Okay, next is exercise 4.4, question 1. The question says y axis is the line of symmetry. That means the coordinate of the A will be negative 8, 15. Yeah, because it's on the left hand side of the y-axis. That means negative 8, 15. So the question A has the answer of negative 8, 15. Okay, and then B, to find the value of to find the length of OA. O is 0, 0, and then A is negative 8, 15. For this one, I will not use the formula. I will use trigonometry to find the length of the OA. So this one is 8 units and this one is 15 units. That means the length of A will be square root of 8 square plus 15 square equals to 225 plus 64. 64 plus 225 equals to 289, and it's 17 units. And then the equation of line OA and OB. For the C, we have to find the gradient first. For the gradient, we have 0, 0, and let's do OB first. Yeah, so this one is O, this one is B. The B is 8, 15. And then let's find the gradient. Gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it's 15 over 8. So the equation will be y equals to mx plus c. Why do I choose this formula? Because we have the y-intercept, which is 0, 0. So the c will be 0. Yeah. So the first one is 15 over 8x for the OB. For the OA, you don't have to find the gradient one more time because it is symmetrical. That means the gradient will be negative 15 over 8x for the OA. So this is the equation of the line for OA and OB. This one is OB, this one is OA. Okay, next is question 4. For question 4, the question wants you to find the length of AB, BC, and AC. Let's find AB first. So the distance of AB is x2 minus x1, 2 minus 2 equals to 4. And then y2 minus y1 is 0. So this one is 4 units. And then for this one, AC will be x2 minus x1, 1 minus 2 equals to 3. And then 3 minus 1 equals to 4. So this one is 5. And then this one is square root of x2 minus x1. 1 minus 2 is negative 1 square plus 3 minus 1 equals to 4 square. And this one is square root of 17. Okay, because we want to find the perimeter later, we have to no, it's correct. 4 is correct, 1 is correct. Okay, so let's calculate this. Let's change this into decimals. 4.12 units. And then to find the perimeter, we only have to add them all, which is 4 plus 5 plus 4.12 equals to 13.12. So this is the perimeters. And then the area. For the area, we cannot use the half times base times height. I mean one of these sides, because we have to know the shapes of the triangle first. So we have to draw it first to know the shapes of the triangle. First is negative 2, negative 1. We have negative 2, negative 1 right here. And then 2, negative 1. 2 comma negative 1 is right there, and then 1 comma 3 is right there. Okay, as you can see, the triangle is just like this. That means this one will be the base and this one will be the height. So area equals to half times base times height equals to half times the base is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the height is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the final answer is 8 square units. This is the area. And then question 8. For question 8a, we have to find the area of triangle ABC. Because this side is vertical, that means this one will be the base. So the area equals to half times base times height equals to half times there is 7 steps down. That means the base will be 7, and then the height will be this one. This is the height. So 2 steps right here, and then 10 steps right there. That means the height is 12. So 7 times 6 equals to 42 square units. This is the area. Next is the length of BC. AC. Which one is AC? AC. Okay, let's find AC. So A is negative 2,8, and then C is 10,6. Let's say this one is x1, this one is y1, x2, and y2. To find the distance, the length of the sides, we'll use the formula of this one, x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So it will be 10 minus 2 square plus 6 minus 8 square. So this one is 12 square plus 2 square, and the result is 12.2 units, and this is the length of AC. Next is perpendicular distance from B to AC. B to AC is this one, perpendicular distance. That means as you can see, that one will be the height and this one will be the base of the triangle. And because we already have the area, we can find the height using the area formula. Half times base times height. The area is 42 before. Half times the base right now is 12.2 times the height. So the height is 42 divided by half divided by 12.2. It's 6.89. 6.89 units. Okay, next is question 11. For question 11, we have to find the equation of PQ. P is this one and Q is this one. Yeah, so let's label this as x1 and y1. This one is x2 and y2. First, we have to find the gradient. Gradient will be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the answer is 1 over 2. And then to find the equation, we have to use this formula. I choose this formula because we already have the C, the y-intercept. That means y equals to half x plus 2. So this is the equation of PQ. Next is coordinate of the R. To find the coordinate of the R, even though the question says PQ equals to QR, if you use the length of line segment formula, it will be a little bit difficult. So let's use another approach for this one. So because PQ and QR has the same length, that means the steps will be also the same. Yeah, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and then 2 up. That means to find the r, that will be also the same like this. Yeah, so starting from 0,2, move 4 units to the right. That means you will have 4 as the x, and then go 2 units up. That means 2 plus 2 equals to 4. There you go. Use your logical thinking to find the r. And then find the equation of L2. Because L2 is vertical line, that means the equation will be x equals to a, and the value of a will be this one, 4. So x equals to 4 is the equation for L2. Then find the area of trapezium OQRS. OQRS is this one. This is the trapezium. Okay, this one is 4,4. That means this the length of this line segment is 4, and then the length of this line segment is 2. The length of this line segment is 4. The formula for trapezium is a plus b over 2 times the height. The a is 4, the b is 2. So which one is the a and b? This one is a, this one is b. Yeah, so the a is 4, the b is 2 over 2 times the height is 4 equals to 6 times 2 equals to 12. There you go. So this is all of the questions in your first exercise. I hope that you can understand it well. If you cannot, just ask me in the class later. Yeah. See you guys. Bye bye.